Quote, "In America, we spend billions of dollars helping our children master reading, writing, and arithmetic. And then we send them out into the world lacking the basic skills to prosper in life, understanding personal finance and economics." End quote. These words are offered up on the homepage for the Council for Economic Education's website, councilforeconed.org, an organization that delivers financial literacy to K through 12 children by educating educators and creating strong partnerships across our country. They also go on to state these surprising statistics. Quote, "More than 1 in 6 students in the United States do not reach the baseline of proficiency in financial literacy. Nearly a quarter millennials spend more than they earn. And 67% of Gen Y have less than 3 months of emergency funds." End quote. Today, I will talk about how financial education classes should be a requirement for graduation in high schools and colleges. The main points I will be discussing are students enter college unprepared to manage their finances, students accumulate a high amount of debt during their years at school, and financial literacy enables students to make smarter financial choices, which have the potential to lead to a financially stable future. Students enter college unprepared to manage their finances. And one of the main reasons is that not enough value is being placed on financial literacy in high school and colleges. A February 5th, 2020 CNBC.com article entitled "Teaching Financial Education in Schools Finally Catches On" states that, quote, "Until recently, only 17 states required high school students to take a class in personal finance." The article, end quote. The article also goes on to say that that number has now risen to 21 states and that 45 states now have personal finance education in their curriculum standards, but only 37 states actually require that those standards be implemented. On the college level, a 2019 U.S. Financial Literacy and Education Committee study called "Best Practices for Financial Literacy and Education at the Institutes of Higher Learning" recommends the integrating of financial literacy into core curricula, communicating with students about financial topics, including financial aid, throughout the entirety of their time at the school, and using trained peer educators. You see, though many colleges offer personal finance courses, they are not part of the core curriculum requirements to graduate. Also, only basic financial skills are being taught at home. According to a Debt.com April 25th, 2019 article by Dory Zim entitled "Parents Don't Know How to Teach Their Kids About Money," the common age where financial discussions and education start at home is approximately 15 years of age. And although there are financial skills taught at home by parents, such as savings, budgeting, and credit, how to gain it and how to maintain it, there are also financial skills that are not being taught at home, such as investing and saving for retirement, because parents don't feel very secure in that knowledge for themselves. Students accumulate a high amount of debt during their years at college. A DiverseEducation.com article published on July 15th, 2019, called "New Survey Finds College Students Lack Financial Literacy," refers to a 2019 Money Matters on Campus survey, which was conducted by a company called EverFi for the AIG Retirement Services. This study included 30,000 college student participants from 440 colleges in 45 states. Ray Martinez, co-founder and president of EverFi's Financial Education and Conduct and Cultures Division, states in this article that many families remain unaware of just how expensive college is and how much money it actually costs to attend college to graduation, which leads many students to get loans that they did not originally think they were going to have. And he says that choosing a college has become more of an emotional, not a financial decision, and that's incorrect. People need to think of it more financially. He then offers up that no clear plan to pay off loans exist for these families. The article is quoted as saying, quote, 6 in 10 students have already taken or plan to take loans to cover their tuition bills. Alarmingly, only 65% of borrowers plan to pay off those loans on time and in full, end quote. Credit card debt is also part of this problem. Credit card companies offer young creditors credit cards the moment they get into college. They feel like this is a sure bet for them. So credit cards are now not only being used by new creditors that don't necessarily have the savvy to maintain their accounts, but they're also being used to finance college living. That same diverseeducation.com article says, quote, 36% of U.S. college students say they already have more than $1,000 in credit card debt, end quote. Financial literacy enables students to make smarter financial choices, which then have the potential to help them to be financially stable in the future. We should all have a foundation in financial literacy. We need to have this skill as we emerge as an adult, and it's not on-the-job training skills. If we have this in high school and in college, we can start practicing this, and that could lead to a financially stable future. It also helps if we have this knowledge ahead of time, because we're going to be able to ask the questions that we need to ask when we're getting into debt, when we're applying for loans, and when we are trying to move forward in our financial knowledge. Today I spoke about how financial education classes should be a requirement for graduation in high schools and colleges. I discussed how students enter college unprepared to manage their finances, that students accumulate a high amount of debt during their years at school, and how financial literacy enables students to make a smarter financial choices, which have the potential to lead to a financially stable future. In conclusion, I'd like to take you back to the Council for Economic Education's website. Their goal is to reach all 13,000 plus school districts in the United States. They want to ensure every child graduates high school with basic personal financial knowledge. And they want to make sure that every state requires at least one course in economics and or personal finance. I want you to think about what that might look like for students leaving high school and emerging college. Then I want you to think about yourself and your own financial knowledge. Having financial education literacy being a requirement for graduating high school and college promotes a financial stability not for ourselves, for our whole country. And that's really, really important.